Morning friends, happy Sunday, how you doing? Prince Harry and Meghan are at the heart of the King's funeral plans. Would you believe it? Let's demystify this story together. If you didn't know, William and Catherine have been banging on to the media for the last 10 days about what they're going to do when William becomes king. Charles is obviously infuriated by this and has decided to slap back with his own statement about Meghan and Harry are actually going to be centre stage. Very odd, I hear you say. Even odder is the fact that he could actually reach out to them now and make them part of his life rather than part of his own funeral. But the truth is, the king knows without Harry and Meghan at his funeral, the global press will almost ignore it. The only way he can guarantee mass coverage in the event of his death, which in turn will help to keep the family business alive, the family business called the monarchy, is to have Harry and Meghan there. If Harry and Meghan aren't there, the press won't be interested. You know the story. He's protecting the legacy of his own family business, his own family empire, his own family's kingdoms by inviting these two. It's purely for himself and the other members of the non-working taxpayer-funded royal family, nothing to do with sending an olive branch to Harry and Meghan. That's how shallow this family are. Comments are open as ever. Have a brilliant Sunday. Let me know what you think.
Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to Star Spotlight, where the tea is steaming, the truth struts in stilettos, and no royal PR stunt escapes the glow of this spotlight. If you're new here, darling, welcome to the arena. Get comfy, grab a drink, and get ready. Because today's mess is royal, ridiculous, and straight from the Palace Press playbook. Now listen, just when we think the firm might take a breather from embarrassing themselves, when we assume maybe the royal machine will retreat, regroup, and let the Sussexes live in peace, boom! King Charles decides to soft launch his own funeral. Yes, you heard that right. The man is still breathing and already booking the front row seats to his final act, starring Harry and Meghan. No, you're not dreaming. You're watching a real-time royal soap opera, a living king orchestrating a deathbed redemption arc, with Meghan and Harry cast as the emotional centerpieces. Front row placement, procession drama, special roles. And yes, even the kids are being name-dropped like props in a badly written finale. It's not a tribute, it's not about legacy. Baby, this is a PR stunt in funeral drag, and it is bleak. So let's break this all the way down, because under all the palace polish is something dark, manipulative, and, low-key unhinged. The leak came allegedly from Victoria Ward of The Telegraph, but let's be real. It reads like it was penned in the royal press office with Charles himself whispering in her ear. It's got all the ingredients: fake warmth, strategic regret, and just enough Harry and Meghan seasoning to make the headlines go viral. And when I say strategic, I mean Charles literally leaking that Meghan, the Duchess they tried to erase, will play a prominent role at his funeral. Sir, what? Since when do you honor someone at your funeral that you let be vilified while alive? You didn't protect her. You didn't defend her. You let your silence scream louder than the tabloids, and now you want to write her into your swan song? Please, be for real. And let's talk about this Harry and William walking side-by-side moment. You mean the same William who, according to Spare, screamed at Harry, broke his trust, and ghosted him while Meghan was drowning in media attacks? That brother? That's who we're pairing up for a grief parade? This isn't healing, this is horror with choreography. Grief isn't a press opportunity. And this whole plan? It's not about family, it's about image. Charles wants the world to see unity. He wants forgiveness on film. But what he needs is to call his son, not choreograph a funeral for applause. And Meghan? They want her to stand tall, graceful, poised, in a space that once chewed her up and tried to spit her out. A place that questioned her motherhood, her motives, her marriage. And now she's expected to show up, be perfect, and help save the monarchy's face? No, ma'am. If Meghan does walk into that chapel, head high, heart open, she'll be doing it for one reason only: Harry. Because love shows up even when the world doesn't deserve it. And that's who Meghan is. Elegant under pressure, stronger than the smear campaigns, unbothered by the noise. And let's not skip the most tone-deaf part, Archie and Lilibet. According to this PR obituary draft, arrangements have been made for the kids to attend. Oh, now you remember them? Now they matter? Let's not play pretend. Charles has never spent time with those children, didn't show up, didn't speak up, didn't protect their parents. But suddenly, for a funeral he hasn't even had, their names are being wheeled out for emotional flavor? That's not grandpa energy, that's calculated optics. And the trolls? Oh, baby, they were out in full force when this hit the newsstands, screaming that Meghan leaked the story. Meghan planned this. Meghan wants attention. Honey. Meghan could be baking banana bread in Montecito and still be accused of orchestrating the sun rising. Meanwhile, who has the palace press on speed dial? Who gets to spin every scandal into a noble tale? That's right. Not Meghan. Let me say it plain. Meghan doesn't need to leak a funeral plan to get attention. Her existence is iconic. The only ones still obsessed are the ones inside the palace walls, grasping for relevance every time the crown starts to rust. And the disgusting comments? Let's go there. Saying Meghan will try to outshine the coffin? Y'all, what in the misogynist, racist hell is that? Meghan could show up in muted black, no makeup, no fanfare, and still, the headlines would spin it as Meghan steals spotlight. She is the spotlight, that's the problem. The monarchy tried to dim her, and instead she became global grace personified. So here's what we're not going to do. Pretend this is about love and closure. This is about damage control. This is about using Meghan, Harry, Archie, and Lily as pawns in a final photo op for a man who refused to do the work in real life. If Charles wanted peace, he'd have made the call before this leak. If he wanted legacy, he'd have protected his legacy when it was under fire, not waited for funeral arrangements to stage a reunion. And you know what's wild? The public sees it. We've had enough. Enough of the lies, the smokescreens, the emotionally manipulative sources dropping press crumbs like royal birdseed. It's giving tired. It's giving see-through. It's giving delusional dynasty. So what happens now? Well, Harry might attend, and he probably will, because that's his dad, and because Harry, for all he's been through, still believes in showing up for those he loves. But Meghan, whether she goes or stays, she's already won. And if Archie and Lily are there, that's not royal validation. That's a parental decision, made by two people who've had to shield their kids from palace politics since birth. So to the royal family, stop trying to rewrite history with a funeral program. The world has watched, the world remembers, and no procession, no vigil, no media spin can change the truth you refuse to face while you are still alive and kicking. You don't get to exile someone and then ask them to smile at your goodbye party. And to Meghan, baby, thank you for holding your head high through years of lies, for choosing peace over power, for showing the world what real royalty looks like. Kind, courageous, compassionate. You're not their pawn. You're the queen of your own story. So, let me pass it to you, beautiful people. What do you think? Was this just another palace PR stunt gone delusional? Should Meghan even entertain it? Would you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't hold back. Smash that like button if you see the game and you're not playing it. Hit subscribe if you're here for truth, not tradition. And share this video with someone who still thinks the crown equals class. Spoiler, it doesn't. Until next time, stay bold, stay brilliant, and stay beautifully unbothered. This has been Star Spotlight, where we don't play palace games, we expose them. Mwah, crown emoji, sparkle emoji.